morning, filled with joy this morning, filled with light, filled with love. This morning we have an extraordinary feast, a feast of delight. There you have the moon setting. A feast of amazing delight, containing all delight. And the reading stretched back to Genesis. And our theme stretches forward to the eternal banquet. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing subject. You can't exhaust it. Good morning. Good morning. We're on live stream here.
Sorry.
No problem. Where are you from?
I know you when I was a kid.
I know you. When you were a kid?
Yes, when I was a kid.
No.
You were in the Irish Institute.
No, I wasn't, ever.
Yes,
That was somebody
you were
else.
In the Cumbres.
No. That was
So
somebody
you were
else.
In the Everest.
No,
So are you a Legionary of Christ?
that's correct.
Also, I know you.
Yes, possibly from some connection, but I never worked in our schools in Mexico.
No, you are in the TV all the time.
Possibly. Do you want to be on TV all the time?
I'm Roberto, Father. How are you?
Roberto, say hello to the world. You're on camera?
Oh, really? You're broadcasting?
Yes, live stream.
Oh, really?
Roberto is the dad of one of our volunteers, Anna Paula.
That's correct. And
I didn't see Roberto for a long time, but he's aging gracefully.
I saw you when you were in Cheshire the last time.
Possibly, yeah.
No,
Possibly.
I'm sure. Possibly.
Yes, at his way at work.
Correct.
Exactly. What do you think of this sunrise?
Beautiful. So you're talking with your
This is live stream every morning.
every morning.
Sunrise
how many
Project.
are connected?
Oh, the best people in the world are connected.
Yes.
Yeah, the very best.
No, I know you. How many?
Oh, I don't look at the number.
No, but it's interesting to know who.
25.
Oh well, we need to talk to them.
Yes, exactly. We're talking to them right
yes,
now.
James Bishop. Hello, Roberto. Thank you for joining us.
Ah, very good.
It's
So
a
let's
pleasure.
let's say hello to Roberto again.
Well, I need to tell a story, Father.
Tell me a story.
I was walking here with
Talk a little louder because they will want to hear you.
when 16 years ago we came here,
Yes,
and Father Juan was here.
yes,
He invited us to know the land. So
right,
This was not built.
exactly.
It was a yacht club
Yes,
with cabins,
yes,
and in that time there were many things happening,
yes,
and it was really very, very outstanding
uh-huh,
to get to know that he was able to find few donors that
Yes.
were ready to invest
mm-hmm.
and to invest in this
Invest
center.
would be not the right word because invest has connotations of
Okay.
financial profit.
Well,
So they were able to donate.
donate, but that is an investment of you.
Yes, invest for the future life. Very good, excellent.
So he said to us that someday we will see this. So
Yes,
this is my second time here, and
after 16 years.
after 16 years it was done.
Uh-huh. Look at the reflection of the light on Ducan Altum.
We came here to celebrate our 35 wedding anniversary.
35th anniversary, 35th
35.
anniversary.
35.
35th anniversary. Excellent, excellent. 35 years. Actually, I'm also 35 years ordained as a priest.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes.
Congratulations.
1987, Christmas of 1987. So actually, as a deacon in another week, I'll be 35 years a deacon.
Congrats.
Yes. Somebody is asking there about my voice. I don't know what happened. It's one of those things. I sleep with my windows open because I don't like air conditioning. And so I'm not sure, some little breeze or something, because, you know, the conditions vary, you know, different ways, different nights. So maybe some little thing got across my voice and made it a little hoarse. But I'm feeling otherwise, thanks be to God, in good form. And here we are watching this beautiful sunrise. And it's great to have somebody back who was a witness to this site when it was still called Hawaii Beach. A recreational spot for families, little cabins. And now the Lord has transformed it immensely. So I want to get back to our topic. Here we met Roberto, which is a great joy. How many children do you have, Roberto?
6.
And what's special about your children, Roberto?
Oh, because each one of them came after a lot of prayer.
Uh-huh.
And each one of them was our purpose of our life.
Beautiful.
And each one of them, we adopted them, or they adopted us, but we adopt them in different parts of Mexico. And has been a wonderful
So you have 6 adopted children.
things, and they are, each one of them is it's a gift. So
Thanks.
One of the reasons that I am here is to give thanks. To give thanks for each one of them, to give thanks for my marriage, and to give thanks that God opened that window to us when a door was closed. Because when you face infertility, a door is closed.
Right.
The purpose of a family.
Right.
So finding a way to live our vocation. Good priest, a friend. He said, "Why you don't adopt?"
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Well, it was not in our plans." But his name is Father Francis Snell.
Ah, yes, I remember, yes.
If somebody knows him,
Yes.
it's an incredible priest.
Yes. Yes.
So this is now the middle of the journey.
Awesome. Awesome. Because all these children now are young adults.
And then I am a grandpa of the first one.
Oh, already grandpa.
Daughter Ana Paula. Met an incredible man from Britain who's living in the United States. He's a rugby player, so my grandson is going to be a rugby player. His name is Archer. He has 2 months old, but he has a sports to play.
Very good. You said Ana Paula, but that's the girl who's here.
Ana Paula is here.
And what's the name?
Mariana, I say
Yes,
Mariana is...
Marianne is the one who was married to the English rugby player. Very good. Exactly. So then, people, the adoption and love, adoptive love. And that's what Paul says about us, that we're all adopted. And dads, one of the first duties is to make sure their children have something to eat. And that's what we're celebrating today, the Eucharist. That incredible love, that self-giving love. That's what we have today in the Eucharist. And we reach back to Genesis, to Melchizedek and Abraham. And Melchizedek offers bread and wine in thanksgiving. And these are the themes of the Eucharist. It's amazing how the waves of Scripture come to the shores of our lives. It's really amazing. You know, the Eucharist, in a certain sense, gathers up all of the themes of Scripture in one. At the Last Supper, Jesus said, "I want to stay with you." And he's found so many ways to stay with us. The Eucharist is a very, very special way. Friendship is an extraordinary thing. The love of friendship. I no longer call you servants, I call you friends. And you are sad because I'm leaving, but I'm going to stay with you always. And And one of the great expressions of that is the Eucharist. The Eucharist is compassion. The disciples say to Jesus in the Gospel today, let's send away the people because there's nothing here to eat. Give them something yourselves. And he was revealing the heart of the Father, who gave us the entire cosmos, who gave us so much, the beauty of this morning, the beauty of life, all the creatures, an extraordinary world. And the Eucharist comes from there, the grain that falls in the earth and grows and blossoms and is harvested and is ground and is kneaded to bread and is baked. That process of millions of grains becoming one bread. The theme of unity. What an extraordinary mystery is the Eucharist. One bread, one body, one faith, one cup. And there we're reading from St. Paul in Corinthians. It's very interesting. There are so many passages that speak directly to the Eucharist. So many accounts of the Last Supper. You know, we have 4 Gospels telling us about things, but we even have St. Paul in the Corinthians explicitly describing the Last Supper and how the first communities brought that to this day. 2,000 years of faithful love, breaking the bread, that moment of community, that moment of Christ's presence that we saw at the Last Supper at Emmaus, in the evening in Jerusalem at the first apparition, and the following evening. And the disciples continue breaking bread on the first day of the week. Ever since, it's kind of our mark, our hallmark, our trademark, our brand, our identity, our DNA, to meet together to break the bread. And there's so much decoration. When people celebrate the Eucharist, there are almost always flowers, beautiful flowers. There's great care, great love, because when you're celebrating love, there are many details. And you look for beautiful symbols, beautiful gestures, gestures of company. Gestures to show you care, gestures to show you love. When somebody of compassion, a hand on a shoulder, a smile, time together. It's about learning friendship, learning to live together. It's a big problem for our world today. There's so much isolation, so much independence, so much atomization of society. And learning to make time to spend together with Jesus in the Eucharist. A way to love God, whose heart was poured out for us. The Eucharist is an extraordinary mystery. Today we have that scene, you know, in mind in the desert, and he gave them bread to eat, manna from heaven, the bread of angels. Take all of you and eat and drink, for this is my body and this is my blood poured out for you. In many countries it's celebrated in beautiful ways. It's celebrated with pathways of grass clippings in the streets of Germany, decorated with beautiful flowers, beautiful designs, chalices, figures, representations, and that pathway is kept pristine from the night before, and then it's walked upon by Christ himself held aloft in the Eucharist with so much celebration, so much song, so much prayer, moments of silence and devotion in so many countries all around the world. And sometimes persecuted, sometimes profaned, sometimes denied. The Eucharist calls us to love. If you're going to the altar with your gift, and there you remember somebody has something against you, go back to them and reconcile, because the Eucharist is reconciliation. This is my blood poured out for you for the forgiveness of sins. Forgive us our trespasses, we forgive others. All the treasures of Christ's heart are in the Eucharist. Constantly a fountain of love, making life fertile on the earth. You are a priest forever in the line of Melchizedek. The Eucharist is amazing because it's Christ himself who offers that sacrifice. And Christ is the priest, and he's the sacrifice, and he's the altar. Amazing themes in the Eucharist. And faithfully defended by the martyrs. And there we remember even Tarcisius, a little boy in Rome, martyred because of the Eucharist. So many. In Ireland, in my country, in the time of the penal laws, priests were shot while they were celebrating the Eucharist. They had been tracked down with their flock on the mountainsides and the remote areas. Amazing histories. Cardinal Van Thuan in prison in Vietnam, communist Vietnam, celebrating the Eucharist in the palm of his hand because one prison guard knew to bring him wine and bread. Amazing stories of the Eucharist. Here we're touching God's pumping heart of love into humanity. We have to read all of Scripture together and read it as the disciples received it, and read it as the disciples lived it, and as the martyrs lived it, and the great witnesses. The gift of our faith, the gift of love, enlightening our world. Amazing the creativity, ingenuity of love. To find expressions of delight, to make our hearts rejoice, to build our communities, to build our world. Yesterday, people, I went overboard with time. Maybe I've done so again today. Forgive me. I want to try and stay around 15 minutes. God bless you. See you later. Rejoice today. Celebrate. If you have the opportunity, look for the opportunity to go and visit Jesus in the Eucharist, to participate in Mass, to receive Holy Communion. People, God bless you. It's been great to be with you again. I thank Roberto for his beautiful witness of love. Laying down one's life, that's also the Eucharist. We become Eucharist, thanksgiving and self-giving, filled with compassion and service, feeding the hungry. until the eternal banquet in glory forever.